One of the biggest names in airliners is about to make a splash in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with their soon to be released a new airliner. And also, is Sim Update 2 being held back? We have the latest when it comes to Sim Update 2 and all the latest when it comes to third-party releases and announcements for the week. So let's jump straight into the video. We have included timestamps to the video, whether you're here for the full dose of flight sim news or just want the latest when it comes to sim update news, we have you covered. So if you like what we create here on the channel, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and thank you very much for your support. Kicking off with this week's previews and announcements, PMDG this week, when it comes to its 777-200 release, it's narrowed its release date window for this long-awaited release for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Robert Wendesdsay updated the release window after he personally tested the 777 for a heavy maintenance validation test flight. This process is normally performed after real-world aircraft have undergone extensive maintenance, and the simulated test consists of over 90 minutes of system checks followed by nearly 5 hours of in-air testing, which replicates real-life procedures down to geographical locations and sequencing. Robert mentions nearly that all the real-world procedures could be executed accurately within the sim by the 777-200ER. PMDG's new window release is now set for Tuesday, April the 29th to Thursday, May the 1st at this stage. You may be able to grab a glimpse of the 777-200ER before the release window, as a small amount of streamers and content creators have access to the pre-release version, including the Oz Flight Simmer channels. So if you are not subscribed, you may want to hit that subscribe button so you get notified when we take out the 777-200ER for its first test flight by us within Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. After the release of the 777-200ER, we will see PMG switch their focuses over to the 777 Freighter, which is due mid to late May, and then the 300ER a couple of weeks later. All dates are subject to change as the 777 release is still a work in progress. Coronado this week announced on their socials that they'll be releasing the Bonanza F33A for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. There's no confirmed date or feature release from Coronado, except the F33A will be coming soon in 2024. Going off past releases from the team, we expect the F33A to release through the Microsoft InSim Marketplace store with high detailed models with Coronado's limited feature set. Coronado's last release when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 was released only 3 days after the announcement, so we may not have to wait too long, and we may even see it on next week's InSim Marketplace releases. Moving over to this week's release news, Flyboy Simulations has released its RANS S6 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The team announced only a few short weeks ago they were bringing their RANS 6 2020 version across to be built natively within the 2024 platform. The RANS 6 is an American single-engine two-seater tricycle gear aircraft. It's commonly referred to as a light sports aircraft and can be constructed by the manufacturer RANS themselves, or you can even purchase them as a kit aircraft. First flew in 1989, and with over 2,100 aircraft have been built since then. Flyboy Simulations have mentioned they have added additional features over from its 2020 release, taking advantage of the new tech in the 2024. The new features include native support for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, custom engine wear and tear modeling, including engine and oil. Coolant and fuel management has been even enhanced with the features of the 2024 sim, improve door physics, improve sounds, and a bunch of other minor changes and life improvements have been added to the RANS 6. You can pick up your copy of the Flyboy Simulations RANS 6 from the Control store. I'll leave a link in the description below. LatinVFR this week released its A330-300 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and this release is through the InSim marketplace only at the moment. The Airbus A330-300 is a wide-body long-haul twin-engine airliner which is known for its spacious cabin and versatile cabin configuration options. It can fly a range of up to 11,750 kilometers while holding about 250 to 290 passengers. LatinVFR's version of the aircraft comes with a basic to mid customized avionics kit with expandable functionalities, ability to fly holds, missed approaches, and advanced routes, full ILS, although the RNAV will be in a future update. Optional legacy avionics, 3 engine variants including the GEs, the Rolls-Royce, and the Pratt & Whitneys, 43 custom liveries, an EVB that includes options for weather, aircraft loading, SimBrief navigation charts, and GSE options. SimBrief flight plan interjection is available into the MCDU. Cabin interiors are included, realistic sounds, and you can pick up your copy of LatinVFR's Airbus A330-300 through the InSim marketplace store for 2020. This is only at the moment a 2020 release. We love taking a look at all the new technology when it comes to controls for Flight Sim here on the Oz Flight Sim channel. So if you missed out this week's first look at a new force feedback joystick, I'll leave a link in the description. That being said, Virtual Controls have released its next flight stick called the CTD Aero Max, and it is available for pre-order. The aim of the Cadet series, which is the CDT part of the name, brings high-end features and design to the mid-range joystick market. Virtual mentions that the Aeromax is the world's smallest dual-cam flight stick with a base height of just 49 millimeters. That being said, they have mentioned that the reduction of the size comes without any sacrifice in quality, and that the internal gimbal of the joystick is entirely metal. Features include with the pre-release is dual 4-way hatch switches, analog mini-stick 2-way sliders, multiple push buttons, dual stage trigger, flip trigger, brake lever access, and pedal switches, and programmable LEDs. You can pick up your own version of the CT Aero Max and pre-order it from Virtual. I'll leave a link of their store in the description below. Taxiing over to this week's release news, and the Microsoft and the Servo team this week released City Update 10, and it is the region of the United States. This new update adds a new TIN data, which is photogrammic for 5 US cities, which include Denver, Dallas, Fort Worth, as Texas is being well represented in this release. Also included Honolulu and San Francisco. The update has been released for both Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 versions of the sim, and it is free to download by all simmers. I have been mentioning in the past 2 news updates videos that Sim Update 2 will be public releasing soon, and 2 weeks later I'm still saying the same thing again, but we sure must be really close. It's great to see that Microsoft is really ensuring that the Sim updates are tried and tested, which was not the case when they released 2024 itself back in November last year. This seems to be what is holding Microsoft and Servo back when it comes to the team releasing Sim Update 2. They are really ensuring that they're keeping their promise that they made after the release, that they would be releasing a polished and well-tested Sim updates going forward. And according to this year's Navigraph survey, a very large number of simmers are still using the 2020 sim over the 2024 sim, and from what I'm hearing from many simmers, still don't trust Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as a new platform. Let's hope that Sim Update 2 will start to change some of the simmers' mindsets, and we start to see more people uptaking the new sim. The latest version of the test build for Sim Update 2 beta is version 1.4.14.0 and includes stability and performance adjustments, including fixing a potential potential infinite loading when importing config files, fix a rare crash that was caused by live traffic, improved the rolling cache usage, which will be very interesting to see, and they have removed a folder when changing install packages to avoid folder creation looping over and over. Many simmers who are using the beta have confirmed that the sim is in good shape, and hopefully we will receive an update in the coming week or weeks to a public release. I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to check out the full but very small change log for the latest sim update to beta build. This week on the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in-sim marketplace releases, we've seen 43 new products. 22 of these are on PC and 21 of these are on Xbox. Aircraft releases that are worth noting this week is the Just Flight Hawk, which is only a PC-only release, the Azure Poly Jaguar, which is a PC and Xbox release, and also the Demons Yak 9, which is both a PC and Xbox release. The other aircraft releases were from MS Scenery's Bedrock, and as usual, do your own research before you buy your add-ons. The other releases for the week were made up of 3 livery packs, 2 cockpit packs, 1 challenge pack, 2 night lighting packs, 1 aerial update region pack, and 5 airports. All those other releases that were made up were both available for PC and Xbox. We would love to hear your comments below if you're still using the 2020 sim, and when are you planning on moving across to the 2024 platform? If this is a way for you to stay up to date with all your Flight Sim 2024 news so you know when you're going to move across, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way we can keep you up to date each and every week on all your 2024 update and release news. We will leave you with another video we released earlier this week, and we will see you over there on that video. Thank you very much for your support.